off. YouTube should be coming up momentarily. I haven't got any browsers open, so I don't even know what the hell it looks
like. Good call.
Although I have had an email to tell me that I'm streaming.
Oh, well.
Because I'm subscribed to myself on my other YouTube account.
Oh, yeah, it's called doing the thing. Whatever it is.
That one extra sub was ever so important.
Yes.
Even though he never watches a damn thing I do.
Yeah.
Never see the bastard.
At least not live.
Yeah, I never see the bastard comment on any of my videos.
There it is. All right.
One of them lurker subs. By the way, we are live, so.
Yep, I got it. Let's see. Not connected to any YouTube live chat, it says on the display.
Yeah, that's because I haven't actually put that in yet. I actually need to get to my channel to actually.
I should probably turn up the volume on this live stream so I can hear it both coming through.
Yeah, you're on headset anyway, so it's not going to feedback.
Yeah, we're both coming through.
Oh, where the hell did I want to go? I wanted to go here. Then I wanted to go here. Then I wanted to go to YouTube. And I rather like thinking out loud because it gets really monotonous for anybody listening and it just pisses them off.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's creative.
The poor bastards.
Yeah, fuck them.
Well, my position is if you didn't pay attention to the part of the title that says test, you got it coming.
Yeah. We're making this shit up as we go along. We just look professional doing it.
Well, yeah. Isn't that what most media personalities do?
You see, the ones that I always think come a crop are the ones that try to plan it too far.
Well, yeah, they're the ones who have that insincere joke in the middle of their video, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like we were talking about yesterday, the people who do like the construction of a thing video, and then they do that time-lapse thing where it's all sped up, and they pop in for a second and have a giggle over this Phillips screwdriver. And then back to the time-lapse high-speed thing.
Yeah.
But that's not funny. We can tell you planned it. We can tell you rehearsed it so many times that you no longer have any sincerity whatsoever in the performance. It's not funny. Stop it.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if you step on a board that's resting midway on like a fulcrum and accidentally smash your buddy in the nuts. That's funny.
Yeah. Can you actually pass me a link to my own damn live stream? Because I've got the dashboard up. I can't figure out how to get to what everybody else is watching from it, and I don't want to.
Let's see. I'll DM it to you in Discord.
Please. By the way, we are on Discord. We're not going to tell you which one at the moment, but we hope that at some point, maybe dragging one or two of you kicking and screaming into the conversations.
Yeah. If there's anyone listening, because I can't tell if there are.
According to this, I've got 3 watching. One will be you, one will be me.
Are you sure one's not you on the other account?
It could possibly be one of them is XSplit as well.
Oh, okay. Because I'm only showing 2 watching.
So it's either us 2 watching it, or there's 3 of us watching it, and somebody's being really creepy and not saying anything. Not like I could see it though. But, oh yeah, I've got live chat. I can see.
Oh yeah.
I can see live chat. I know that Mitch has said we don't know what we're doing, and that's it.
Yep. That's about it.
We boldly blundered.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say which where no man's gone before because people have blundered in this direction often.
Well, I've watched live streams that's nothing but this, so yeah, I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, it's the great blundering is what it is.
We've got audio with no problem. All I've got to do is get a URL and that chat thing will start working again, because I've got to go to Discord, haven't I, because that's where it is.
Oh, yes.
Right, this is where we'll get feedback, because I'm going to have to open it and then quickly mute it.
Oh, yes, I've already muted it, because... Whoa.
Got that nice and quick.
That sounded like shit.
Yeah, that was
And it completely throws you off when you get that tiny couple of milliseconds of delay when in your echo.
Yeah.
You know, and it completely screws with your brain. There's probably like 2 or 3% of the human population that can continue on their little diatribe with that happening. I am not one of them. I get like, and so we were looking into it, the fuck. Then I'll lose my shit.
Yeah.
I will become emotionally unstable at that point. I might even like urinate in somebody's shoe. Preferably against their will, because if they're a willing participant in that, they're too creepy even for me.
Right, click on and copy your characters.
See, now I'm just saying things so that anyone who, oh, see, now I've got 3 watching. And I'm only just saying things now in case there is someone out there watching, so they're not completely bored. I mean, yeah, what I'm saying is boring, make no mistake. But at least I'm not running down on someone's insurance policy.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm just in the middle of trying to sort out a little bit of a problem. That's not a problem, it's just me being an idiot.
Well, that's always a problem, at least when I'm doing it.
Yeah, I can't let video ID this because I've got way too many characters on that. That should do it. Hey!
What the hell was that? What, did you find a solution?
I did.
Oh, great.
That is now the live chat visible for all to see. With a 20-second delay because YouTube's an asshole.
Oh, yeah,
won't give us live feeds.
You know, which might be relevant is somewhere on your dashboard or something you had a mute or something button that you could use so that 20-second delay would work to your advantage, but they don't have anything like that as far as I know. And really, how could you mute it properly if it's already been set? You know, I don't get how that works, but you know, I'm not in broadcasting. Giddy.
No, it's a case of there is a way that you can increase the delay, but there's nothing you can do to reduce it.
Well, yeah. And yeah, I'm fine with the delay, to be honest. Yeah, it gets in the way a little bit when you're interacting with the chat, but
yeah, it means if you ask the chat something, you basically have to wait 40 seconds for an answer.
Yeah. Plus typing time.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we already got a thumbs down. Was that you?
I don't know. Okay,
well, if it wasn't me, then we have a stalker. All right.
That's just uncalled for. We know we're talking shit. You don't have to tell us. That's the point of it.
Again, if you miss the word test, it's on you. Don't dislike us, dislike yourself. You know, go in your bedroom, enter the closet, close the door, and think about what you've done.
So yeah, I'm going to work on the background on this because there's a way that I can take that away from being grey and just have it transparent like the nameplates are down the other side.
Oh, okay.
And then we can use the part in the middle to put videos or articles or whatever we happen to come across up.
Oh, really? I really have to get myself somewhat versed in some of these things too. Because for fuck's sake, I suck at this stuff.
Well, this one is really about as simple as overlays come, as it happens.
Yeah, look at all the trouble you're having.
Well, no, the only trouble I was having is because it's not often you actually have to put YouTube live chat into it. And I've only done it once before.
Oh. I've done it none before.
Yeah. It was just a case of I had to remember where to get the code that I needed from.
And really, one of the problems I encounter with such things is terminology and that kind of thing. I might be thinking the right thing, but whoever wrote the thing and whoever does the tutorial uses a bit of terminology that just throws me right off.
Oh, there's some people who really should not write instructions, aren't there?
There are.
because you just end up more fucking confused reading them. But hey, we've got YouTube for that. There's always somebody who will do a nice, clear tutorial.
Well, not always.
No,
I mean, yeah, you find the good ones, but then you find the bad ones where they're just where they're trying to show you using the screen share and the interface for something like XSplit or OBS or Audacity, and they can't seem to keep their mouse still long enough for you to know exactly where they're clicking. They'll be spinning it around until they need to click on their thing, then they hit it and click, and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, there is. That's just the screen share. There's proper programs for that actually give you a nice effect around your mouse so you can see where it is. I think it's Camtasia is one of them that does that. But yeah, I know what you mean. The mouse is all over the place. They've got no keycast on. You can't tell what they've done. And they just say something that you'd have to have been, if it's a video game, you'd have to have been playing for a fair old while to understand what they meant. It's not
because they're new guys. That's what I mean, especially in a game. You know, they've been playing it for a while. They're already locked into the terminology of the game.
Yeah, you kind of have to do a tutorial as though anybody that's watching this has never picked it up before. But you don't have to concentrate on the newbie basics, but you just run through, just a step-by-step will do it.
Yep. And you know what would help doing, if I ever do a Let's Play or a game tutorial, I think I'm going to turn the tooltips on and allow my mouse to hover.
Yeah.
You know, because that would be a big thing. You know, I might know where the duty officer button is, but you know, someone who's just watching the video for the first time who's never played the game may not. You know, when I say go press the duty officer button, they may not know what I'm talking about.
And that game is notorious for not having a very user-friendly UI. It's taken me a long time to get my head around it.
Oh yeah, Star Trek Online.
Yeah.
Fun game, unless you're done playing it.
No, I've got to get back into it.
Well, no, I mean, once you get through everything, it's not as fun anymore. You almost have to play with someone else for it to be entertaining.
Yeah, and they haven't really opened the game up to be able to play it in ways you're not really supposed to either.
Right.
I mean, I suppose they have a little bit with the player-made missions, which I'd still like to do one, by the way.
When that part of the game is working.
Yeah. Mind you, I think they took it down because they're upgrading it, and it's easier just to take it down while they do it.
Oh yeah, I can see that. But there are times when they. I
mean, they have promised it's going to be back, so.
You know, there are also times when they do like when they do a new expansion, they have to pull that part of the game down for a while to make sure all the dots and T's line up or something.
Yeah, that's all that's happening with the Foundry missions at the moment, because I still want to make one of them. I definitely think that gauntlet for shakedown runs is a good idea.
Well, I think yeah, absolutely. There are a few of them. I did find the one that was pretty interesting, where you can launch as many enemy ships as you like. And I nearly got my ass wiped in that one.
Yeah, but I think we could make that really, really interesting and actually challenging. Because, I mean, that's the thing about Star Trek Online, is there's no challenge to it, really. You get good gear and you just face smash buttons and you win.
Yeah.
Especially the way I've got it set up.
The way what?
Especially the way I've got it set up with all them hotkeys going, and they're all tied to spacebar. So that
just set everything up to auto fire and keep moving.
Yeah, I just keep hammering spacebar, and it just does everything that I need it to, like keeping this buff up and then running damage control when it's available, and launching a high density torpedo when it's available. I just don't have to worry about any of that anymore.
Right. And it's like you find all the shortcuts in the game, and I don't mean shortcuts to get to places. I mean shortcuts to do everything you have to do, that kind of shortcut.
Those things that make your life easier while you're playing it.
Yeah, and then it's mostly just maneuvering.
Yeah, and I want something that's going to be challenging in that. I mean, the stuff isn't going to be that difficult to kill, but there's going to be plenty of it, and it's not going to be the straight ahead forward. You face towards me, I'll face towards you and shoot. I mean, doing things like having you surrounded by like 6 ships or whatever. Because those are the fights that I always find the most challenging, is when you're trying to kill one and you've got another one behind you blasting your ass.
Yep. No, that's why I like that Japori run.
Mm.
That's because you get like 5 ships in a wave, but you know they're all in front of you.
Yeah.
Unless you're like I fly an escort. So I'd go barging right in, firing with everything I've got, and by the time the first one blows up, sometimes I am surrounded, taking fire on all sides.
Yeah.
And it's a bit more fun than doing that board red alert.
Oh, the board one is actually boring me.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny too. You know, I've got you have the Mark 14 level weapons and whatnot, and all the gear on your ship at level 14. Doesn't even have to be super fantastic epic gear.
Give me a moment, I just need to put a set of headphones in.
Right, you went mumbly there for a second, but I think I got the gist.
Yeah, I just had to put a set of headphones in.
Yeah, it's still mumbly. Probably because you're putting the.
Oh, it could be. It could be because the kettle's running.
Yeah.
Is that any better?
But
just reposition the mic.
But you know, you have all that high level gear, and suddenly the Borg seem unable to adapt their shields.
The thing that annoys me most about that game is there's no end game. I mean, I'm used to like World of Warcraft, where you do all the content and then you concentrate on the raids because they're difficult, and they're a challenge to beat.
They do have something like raids, but not very much, and no one's queuing up to get into them. You know, you almost have to get 5 people playing and teaming up to go do anything, and then after you do the thing, you have to re-team with those 5 people again for reasons.
Because the game's bust.
Well, it's like you can't lock the team for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, I know the new guild that I joined, they do guild events where they'll all go and, I don't know, take on the Badlands or something like that and just
go ripping right through.
Yeah. Well, they go mostly to fool around. It's more a social event than anything else. Yeah, hey, look, we know the content's easy, but we're all going to get together and take the piss out of each other while we do it. It's Mariel Bell.
Yep.
So
we're testing Mariel.
Yeah, but this is now a thing, but we haven't got no clue what to call it.
Right. So yeah, we're testing the stream and testing some of the stuff on the back end that Ericor's messing with, and I'm just trying to keep the speech going. But at the same time, we're talking about playing Star Trek Online. And whatever. Where were we? I forgot where we are now. Go explain it, and I'm completely lost. I'm just back to that expression of fart that can make a stranger sweat. But yeah, those 2 guys in the elevator, one farts and the other one starts sweating. It just... Oh my God. Yeah, we're mentally deficient, aren't we?
Oh, I like it that way. It's more fun.
Whoa, okay, something just happened there. I don't know what that was. Seems like all of the on the stream itself, where the text chat is, mine and Mariel's icons seem to have a bit of a yellow glow, and yours does not for some reason.
Yeah, that's a setting. It's probably one that I'm messing with.
Oh, okay. Try to blow it up a bit and nope. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can make out who's saying what now. All right.
It's all to do with the layout and the effects I've got on it.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, see, there you go. You're just that was an epilepsy cannon.
Yeah, I just changed the size of the text.
All those fucking different colors and shit. It was just, oh my god.
There's a bloody...
Yeah, it's hard to make out our names. Unless you're zoomed in all the way.
I think what I will do... So I'll go like that. There we go, that's a bit better.
Oh, now we got Diz watching us too, saying meow. What's up, Diz?
That boy has problems.
you say that like one or both of us is completely right in the head.
Well, yeah, but when it's kind of like, I know I'm not right in the head, but it takes somebody who's not right in the head to spot it, if you know what I mean. I'm talking myself into a corner and going to get myself killed. I think I'll go back to twiddling with the text.
Well, at least we know we have some interest in as far as doing a test.
Yeah, they're probably just coming to laugh at us fuck up.
Well, yeah, because you know later they're going to get together in a Discord and be like, geez, these assholes don't know what the fuck they're doing. Then we'll pop in at an inconvenient moment where they're like in the middle of a sentence.
You see, this is what they misunderstand. It's not that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't care what I'm doing. That's the difference.
Yeah. And that's the funny part is, you know, if they told me I didn't know what I was doing, I'd be the first one to agree. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just supposed to show up and say things that are vaguely clever. Yeah, no point was I contracted to be the guy who knows what he's doing.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I am, but I try and keep it quiet.
Shh.
And I keep forgetting everybody knows anyway, so I wasn't there.
Shush.
I messed that up, didn't I?
Well, the cat's out of that bag.
Yeah. Quick, let's put it in a pillowcase and down to the river.
Oh, I just had an image of a kitty cat pinata.
That must be what happened to Diz. Somebody whacked him just before he came in.
Yeah, thanks, Mariel. Thanks for that. I didn't need this stream to figure that out. You're damn right you didn't.
Right, the moderators are all fucked up. I haven't got a clue who are my mods and who ain't. I'm going to have to go through my channel and figure that out.
Let's see. What am I missing here? I got the coffee. I got the cigarette. I got an ashtray. I got a fire stick.
I was making the coffee.
Ah, right.
That's what I was doing.
Coffee's a rather important feature.
Yeah, there's lots of it.
And sometimes when you mix it with cough medicine, it's just a wonderful thing.
That's possible shows title, caffeine and cigarettes. Ooh, very on PC because smoking dirty.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see, Diz says he needed background noise while cooking, and he figured you'd get laughs here.
Oh, fuck you, Diz.
Well, no, yeah, he doesn't specify whether he's laughing at us or with us.
Exactly.
And I'm good either way, to be honest. All I care about are the facts that the laughs exist.
If you can't have the laughs, then
I do also. I do also care that I don't have an open sore on the end of my dick. That's another thing I care about. But the laughs, that's where my focus really is.
God. My penis says designed by Jim Henson.
Oh my God. That's all we'd need is a bunch of X-rated Jim Henson material.
Do you know, actually, I think it would probably be utterly brilliant if the Muppets could get dirty.
It probably would. I mean, just think of the things you could replace on the seat. I'll try that. I'll start that over. Just imagine the Swedish chef saying something other than "bork, bork, bork" in that same way. There's the things he could say there.
Just oh, stupid idea, but the Swedish chef has been watching far too much Gordon Ramsay. He stuck a wig on his head.
The funky donkey.
Yes.
Donut, you need to cook the fruits and the thing in the frying pan.
Just gets two pieces of bread.
Kitchen. Get the fuck out.
Puts him either side of Beaker's head. What are you? And Beaker has to go, I'm an idiot sandwich.
Here's the freaking burger so raw here at Moo.
But oh my God, some of the jokes I could get away with if they could go a little bit X-rated.
Put your fucking passion.
I mean, Miss Piggy would become a full-on slut, I'm sure of it.
Oh, absolutely. First you prefer to put the penis in the pussy.
Yeah.
Put the penis in the pussy, push, 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 pull, pull, pull. It sploops, splooby, sploop, 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 and you're doing it to make a baby. Be like sex ed with the Swedish chef.
She take the penis, pump the penis in it out, and make the penis feel good, and then squirting, flirting, and the flirting, burning.
Meanwhile, you got Animal on the back going, pussy, pussy.
It certainly goes some way as to explaining why the great Gonzo's nose is shaped the way it is, though. I'm sure.
You'd never see most of his face because there'd always be one of the lady Muppets sitting on it. Who's that one with all the women are always sitting on? Oh, that's Gonzo. He's the little blue Muppet. It would get that kind of a thing would give all new meaning to when Kermit the Frog says "Hi ho."
Yeah, you can send Kermit in all sorts of weird directions. He's finally tired of getting stalked by Miss Piggy, so he goes all commando.
Yeah, well, actually, what I could see is Statler and Waldorf up there in the balcony trying to hide the body of a dead hooker.
Oh God, could you imagine what those two were pretty edgy even for a kid's show? Could you imagine what they'd be like if it was adult?
Oh hell yes. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? It would add so many layers to reruns of the Muppet Show.
I mean, you watch reruns now and you see some of the more adult humor they'd slipped in just to keep the parents.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's time to rape my piggy. It's time to fuck a horse. Fucking Kermit the Frog, man, that guy.
Oh God, you could always have Miss Piggy convert to Islam.
Oh my God.
Now, is that a leftist win, or is it racism?
I don't know. Now
because you've got somebody who's basically made of bacon, which they're not allowed to be.
Well, yeah, that's what I was wondering. If a pig had converted to Islam and then died, could Muslims eat the bacon? I don't know how that works. I don't know what it is. Basically, I don't know enough about Islam to make a determination as to understand why they can't eat the pig. I haven't looked into it.
I think it's. I don't know the exact wording of it, but it's seen as one of the. Yeah, it's seen as one of the dirty animals. Yeah, I think dogs are seen that way as well. I believe, but maybe not to the same extent.
Because I know that in Christianity, a lot of the foods that are forbidden are because those animals are bottom feeders.
Well, to be honest, a lot of the foods that were forbidden were basically a health and safety warning in the Bible.
Yes. Hey, I just got to, we've been on for how long now? About half an hour, and I just got the notification that you're live streaming.
The only reason...
This is YouTube.
Welcome to those of us who missed the first half hour.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd even started yet, really, have we? We've just been talking shit and forgot to turn the stream off.
Well,
again.
yeah, we're just this is very much a stream of consciousness.
What kind of consciousness we've yet to decide, but there's definitely some of it going on there somewhere.
It's almost like a stream of subconsciousness. The random cow that wandered through scenes would have a whole new meaning. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? That would be weird. God, what would you do with those aliens? You know, because the aliens would come down. They'd have their little English to Martian like translation book, and they try to figure out what a thing is. They'd run across a cow and be like, phone. You know, then they'd figure out what the phone is, and then phone would start ringing. Phone. Ring. Phone. You know, how would you turn that dirty? And I think the best way would be porn. Porn. The
internet is for porn.
Well, it is, isn't it?
Well, there's gotta be, hasn't it? There's no other use for it. I mean, it's just a lot of shit.
I have this theory.
It lets idiots like us on it.
I have this theory that that the internet would not be where it is now without pornography.
No, that is actually an established fact. I thought that every growth in the internet that there has been driven by the sex industry. They wanted to be able to download the JPEGs faster, so they increased speeds. Then they came up with video streaming. They wanted to start streaming porn videos, so speeds increased again. Processors upgraded, and all sorts of other stuff, because people started figuring out, oh, I can watch porn on this, but hey, I can also play video games. And then they kind of developed
and then hey, I can get together with a buddy and put on a live stream on YouTube where we have no idea where we're going.
I mean, Bluetooth technology no doubt started off with an application on Skype and a vibrator.
Or you know, you could argue that the cell phone started because people wanted to have phone sex on the street, away from a payphone.
The only problem with that is they designed it incorrectly then, because how are you going to get the mouthpiece down to your crotch?
Wow, that's what? It's a cell phone. It's cordless.
Well, yeah, but to be a particularly effective sexual device, you would need to have one end by your ear, and the other end would need to be.
But are you like? Well, that's why you have the Bluetooth, isn't it?
Yeah.
But for a second, I was suggesting that that you know, a woman would put the cell phone in the crotch of her pants, and you know, while talking to a guy who's very much a baritone, and you know, that way he could say dirty things and it would translate to the vibration and and wiggle her switch.
I think I've just figured out a mystery of life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's that?
Why do you think you walk down the street and every girl you see has got her face in her phone and the thumbs are going? It's because there's another one in her pants that she's calling.
I could see that. Or she's just sending herself frequent text notifications.
Yeah. Oh, there's a crack coming up. This might be nice to have. So, ooh.
Now,
operator, hang on, please hold. Ooh. Yes. So I'll be paying my phone bill. Hang on, please hold. Ooh.
Yeah. You know, now I gotta wonder why no one's bothered to go through the process of inventing a Bluetooth vibrator.
Oh, they exist.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. You don't ask how I know, because that's the story nobody wants to know. But they do exist.
You're right about that. I mean, basically, you sync it up with your phone, and anytime there's an interaction on your phone, you get a little.
No, the way this one works is even better. It doesn't synchronize to your phone. You give somebody access to your app with your secret code on it, and they can zap you wherever they are in the world.
Jesus Christ. That's called Fuck Me Anywhere.
I can't remember.
Now introducing Fuck Me Anywhere.
I can find out, but I can't remember.
I mean, that's the kind of thing you rig into a pair of panties that you sell at Victoria's Secret.
It's actually called a We Vibe Jive, apparently.
I'm a little disturbed by how quickly you found that out.
It's the internet. It's there for watching weird things.
That's true. Let's see if we can find a video where someone tries to stuff a cat through a water pipe. Oh, there it is. Next challenge.
Exactly. And you must have gone through that phase way back when. I mean, for me, it was like 1996, when you first discovered the internet and everything was just amazing, and you looked at some really strange shit with no idea what you was doing.
Well, yeah, but that's the other thing is we come from that generation where we're from that generation that was there before the internet.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, we saw the first video of a lady taking a mouthful of horse cock. You know?
I never saw that one. I feel robbed.
Well, I don't know. I'm not saying it was the first video representation of that ever produced, but you know, we were there when
this was all
when it was all brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like someone figured out, hey, I can make money doing that.
Yeah.
And now there's probably a whole industry built up around it. Because that's what the internet is also. It's also a place for
just a little Easter egg for everybody in chat.
For people to say,
because I had to look it up.
Because that's the other thing the internet is for. It's for people like us to come out and just start talking and say some crazy ass shit. Someone catches wind of it somehow and goes, that is a marketable idea. And then next thing you know, you've got the inverted nipple puller.
Ow.
That you're going to find on eBay or something, you know?
Have you gone into BDSM and not told us?
What?
Inverted nipple puller. That sounds painful as fuck.
I don't know. I was trying to slap a few words together that were.
That really sounds painful.
Oh yeah, it does. Do you suffer from inverted nipples?
Well, yank that fucker
out. Well, we've got just the thing for you. You know, I expect to see the ShamWow guy or someone or Billy Mays from OxyClean out there shilling the inverted nipple puller.
Oh,
you can now correct your nipples at home.
That'd be one of them late night infomercials, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the in-home nipple correction system.
Right in between the magic bullet and what's the other one? Some sort of steam cleaner. God.
Oh, fuck, I don't know. I don't know what half the things are anymore because I mean, I've got the internet. I no longer need television.
Basically.
And you know, that's the lesson that television really isn't learning, isn't it?
It kind of is.
They should just, honestly, they should just give up on the television broadcast thing and just go to putting their stuff online. People will watch it, switch the whole rating system to using the algorithm. You get rid of Nielsen Ratings Company altogether.
I think that's what they're attempting to do with YouTube anyway. But
YouTube is attempting to do it in a way because
it's all something new that they're trying. Everything is flooding in at once,
right?
So that's why we get what looks like so much Jimmy Fallon getting away with blue murder and that sort of stuff. There's just damn much of it coming on that YouTube can't watch it all.
Right. Well, see, YouTube's going to mess themselves up if they do that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, on the surface, it sounds like a good short-term business plan. It can be done. It can come on after the juice guesser. Okay. I don't want to know what that product is. Please do not explain it to me.
It's certainly making me sweat.
But No, what I'm getting at is YouTube is going to kind of shoot themselves in the foot because there's that whole public square debate, isn't there? And if YouTube does become the thing where all the channels are uploading content anyway, then they really are, in yet another way, very much the public square, and they lose control and they lose rights.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole thing with a YouTube Red, YouTube TV, or whatever the hell they're going to call it, with all the news channels doing content and with all the with a bunch of entertainment. I mean, because Marvel Entertainment uploads some stuff already that you can watch for free instead of having to hunt the internet over for it to find a shitty copy.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell was
And
I doing?
so if YouTube is successful with all of that, they really are going to become like a public square, and they're going to lose everything.
Yeah.
It's a stupid plan. I mean, and that's a plan it's a plan of a business venture that is constantly losing money anyway.
I think the mistake they made was they gave all of these people a head start anyway. And then realized they got overwhelmed with it. I mean, none of these people like Jimmy Fallon have started up a YouTube channel and just had it grown organically like any of us would.
Oh, no. No, they're the people who are essentially paying to get their content put ahead of everyone else's.
Oh, yeah. And because the big studios, they can afford it.
Yeah, that's basically what's happening is YouTube has become pay to play.
Yeah.
And, there's going to be fewer and fewer of us regular real content creators. Those of us who don't have a writing staff and a production team and all that nonsense in studios and whatnot. We're going to be, there's going to be a few of us who break through, but most of us are going to be pushed by the wayside entirely.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy Fallon's opinion is deemed as being the safe opinion.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, fuck that guy.
And all the promotion goes to the people who are paying YouTube, and the rest of us, we just have to take the scraps.
Right. It's rubbish. It's a garbage system. Don't want to get into my solutions, but that's a different story.
I mean, yeah, it is. Yeah, I just had a thought. Do we actually tell them we're hiding out in Coffee and Track?
Well, no, we don't tell them that.
No.
Even though you just did.
Shh. You didn't hear that from me, folks.
I mean, now we got Tablecoon. Coon? What? Is that Kun or Coon? Give me a pronunciation there, fella. Person.
I always read it as Tablecoon, and it always makes me think of a black man with a piece of glass on his back.
That's strange.
Very, it's just wrong, but that's what it always reminds me of.
What the hell made you think this was going to be a Star Trek stream? I mean, that will be later. Oh, did I give that away?
I'm pretty sure that the stream does not mention Star Trek at all.
Oh, shit, I forgot I'm not supposed to say fuck.
Coon.
Coon. Okay, it is pronounced Coon. Okay. Because, I mean, I took it as similar to XR Coon, to be quite honest. But I didn't know where you were going with it.
From a subspecies of furniture coon, who come from the subspecies of furniture coon who come from the land of IKEA.
Yeah, they're indigenous to the land of IKEA.
This one just happens to be a table. Over there we have a rack. We call that one a raccoon.
Oh, God.
I know, but
terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just gets bad when you reverse it.
That was terrible. I mean, I'm smiting myself over it, to be honest. Have you noticed that there's not a lot of smiting going on these days?
Not nearly enough of it, is there?
No.
I mean, there's certain people that do certainly need to be smoked.
Yes.
Smitten.
The smitings must begin. anew.
But then you get into the question of who would you line up first.
You know, I also don't catch very many people buckling a swash either. We used to have swashbucklers all over the place, but now all these swashes are being left unbuckled.
It's a health and safety hazard, I'm telling you.
It's got to be. It's health and safety gone mad. You know what else people don't do anymore? They don't thwart.
The what?
They don't thwart.
Oh,
You know,
THWART is in vanquish.
yeah. You don't see a lot of thwarting going on. I feel like thwarting.
Nobody ever thwarts their enemy anymore.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm not surprised. It sounds like something you have to pay good money for.
So, yeah, I'm a little busy this afternoon, but I can come by later after I've done all the thwarting.
Yeah, I've got some thwarting to do. Then I've got to get the clothes out of the dryer. I'll be around in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Table Coon, the Star Trek stream is going to come sometime after we've figured out what we're doing with this test.
Yeah,
this is very much a test stream.
Yeah, I've just had memory upgrades put in the system today, so I'm testing to make sure that everything will handle it. And that I've got layouts and that we can run a few ideas.
Exactly.
Because it won't just be the Star Trek Online streams. We have got a couple of other ideas in the pipeline as well.
Oh, yes. You know, it's not going to be like my Star Puke the Next Regurgitation live stream, although some of that stuff might work its way in. Look, let's face it, that's what Star Trek Discovery was, wasn't it? It was Star Puke the Next Regurgitation. And it wasn't even a good regurgitation. It was all bile. It was all bile, no substance. You know, if we're comparing it to genuine vomit.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of sad. Because by the looks of things, what I was reading on IMDb,
yeah,
this coming episode is the last one of the season for the Orville.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but
wasn't Orville sort of a mid-season deal, or I don't remember.
I don't know, but
no, it wasn't.
It's not being listed for any more than, well, I think next one's episode 12. And that's the end of the series, but it's been signed on for another year though. So we're getting a series.
Well, I wonder if they're doing a short series because Seth MacFarlane is doing so many other things with Fox, so many other shows.
I don't know, but the good thing is it was good while it was on, and it seems to have done enough to get a season 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Table Coon's correct. It's CBS's intellectual sodomy is what it was. And I say that in a couple of different directions because, let's face it, after Enterprise went off the air, the only thing keeping Star Trek fans not interested, but keeping their appetite sated for Star Trek was the fan productions.
Yeah.
It was the Phase 2 of the New Voyages, the Star Trek Continues, and yes, it was Axanar. Because Axanar was shaping up to look fucking incredible, and it looked like it had an incredible story. And it gets scrapped in favor of this dog's breakfast that we're calling Star Trek Discovery. I mean, it's just... God, if CBS were smart, they would have been working with people instead of working against them.
Well, yeah, but there you go.
Well, you know, on the same token...
They never get to level 2 of thinking.
Well, yeah. Well, on the other hand, you know, I understand CBS's interest in protecting its property.
Well, yeah.
But not the way they're doing it. But I don't know if the people at Axanar or these other productions said, "Well, hey, would you be willing to work with us a little bit? Maybe we produce all this stuff and you slap together a fan DVD and we come to an agreeable split on the profits of the sales of that DVD. So you make money basically just for distributing the content.
Yeah.
You know, that would have been
Which
a brilliant thing.
Well, it's what Disney
have-
and Pixar did for years. Pixar would make the stuff, and then Disney would do the distribution.
Right. Hey, Table Coon, is it verified that Discovery won't be back? Because I've stopped looking at anything Discovery because I'm disgusted by it. You know, I'm disgusted at the low quality. I'm disgusted at the obvious lack of interest in spending money to make it good, and that's demonstrable by them using a Ralph McQuarrie design for the ship that design was done in the 70s. You know, so they didn't have to pay someone to design a good-looking new ship. And then there's the obvious lack of money spent in the writing, and in fact, some of the casting too. Because some of the people they've cast, they just didn't seem to be able to portray what they were trying to portray very well.
I also get the thing that you're not really drawn in to care about anybody on the ship.
No.
The story all has to be laser centered on her at all times.
Well, yeah, that's a part of the problem, but I only really saw the first 2 episodes, which was really 1 episode. You know, I saw the premiere, and the only character I cared about was the goofy-looking alien.
Yeah,
because that's the only character that seemed to have any kind of character, to be honest.
Yeah, the rest of them were just faces on the bridge.
Yeah, the rest of them were just people who were going to get blowed up.
Yeah. Do you know? I just had a thought, and it made me wonder. I wonder how much of the Orville's success is people giving the middle finger to Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, that's certainly going to be some of it, but at the same time, people are, you know, the public who, I'm going to start over. Star Trek fans do have an appetite for good Star Trek. And right now, since we can't get good Star Trek, we're going to be happy to take on Orville.
Yeah.
Or a show like Dark Matter, which also got canceled by Sci-Fi, which was turning out to be a pretty good show. You know, we have a hunger for good science fiction. But I want to make it perfectly clear. We have a hunger for good science fiction. Not this politically driven poppycock that we're getting these days.
I mean, I don't know if I would call the Orville good science fiction, because I mean, as far as the stories go, the stories have all been done. Pretty much.
Well, I would say it's yeah, I guess it was wishful thinking on your part, Table Coon. Damn. But I would say Star Trek I'm going to start over. I'm going to say that Star Trek Orville, because that's really what it is good science fiction, but it's not hard science fiction, if you know what I mean.
It's got a lighter edge to it, which will help with its success, because you know you don't have to watch it as a sci-fi nerd. It'll be good on its own.
Well, that's actually the proper way to say it. Harlan Ellison once made the distinction between sci-fi and science fiction. And Orville would classify as sci-fi, but it's good. You know, it's not to say it's it has any less value. It just doesn't tackle the topic as hard as science fiction would.
Oh, fuck
and I don't
you,
mean
Sargon. He's stealing my viewers.
Sons of bitches.
Sargon just went live. He's stealing all my viewers, son of a bitch.
The bastard. That's not to say that what Discovery is doing is hard science fiction. That's hard social justice, because it's not science fiction. That's because, you know, it's like I said before in many of our conversations, good science fiction asks a question.
Yeah.
Bad science fiction insists that they have the answer. And that's what Discovery is. It's bad science fiction. Hard science fiction delves even more deeply into that question than science fiction does. And honestly, Orville has been pretty good about posing some questions. And, they've had fun doing it. That's the other thing, is everyone seems to look like they're having a really good time making that show.
They've been good with their character developments as well, though.
Well, yeah. We're not told that Captain Mercer is the best captain in the fleet.
We also wasn't told up until the last episode. Anybody who's not seen the last episode of The Orville, or the most recent episode, spoilers. So
spoilers.
Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. Just go la 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 with your fingers in your ears if you don't want to know. They put a right twist in there that I can't remember his name, the character's name or the actor's name. The black guy on the bridge.
Yeah.
I honestly cannot remember his name. But they developed his character last week, and he's the smartest guy on the ship, apparently.
Yeah, and that's the funny part. There is I immediately equated him to how they moved Geordi LaForge from the bridge to engineering, but they did this differently too.
Yeah.
Because this is a guy who is put in a position of leadership, who absolutely does not want to lead.
Yeah.
But he proves in pretty short order that he is
anyway.
Yeah. Exactly. And he did a great job as a leader, and he wouldn't take shit about the other he wouldn't take his staff giving shit to the other guy who was up for that leadership position either. I mean, that's what a leader does. He treats everyone with respect. But Table Coon says Discovery reminds him of Battle Beyond the Stars with John Boy Walton. I remember that movie.
I'm not sure I even saw it.
Oh my! You can watch it free on YouTube. It's a Roger Corman kind of a Star Wars knockoff in a way.
Yeah. And
it's one of those science fiction movies that is so bad that it's kind of good. I mean, it's laughable in places. It's got George Papard, who at one point actually his character is Space Cowboy.
Yeah.
That's not the description of his character. That's his character's name.
I'm the Space Cowboy.
Yeah, but he spit. And at the end, when the big thing, it's a space cowboy from the planet Earth.
And I love it when a plan comes together. Yeah.
I mean, he kind of chews the scenery a little bit, but it looks like he's having fun doing it.
Hmm.
And honestly, if I were an actor, I think I would. If I were in a movie that I thought looked like it was going to be a major cheese fest, I would ham it up.
Well, yeah, you need ham with cheese.
Absolutely.
And then you just need a couple of crackers and you're good.
Yeah. That movie is so bad. And some of the stuff is just so stupid, but it's weirdly
you can tell that the people are really enjoying themselves because it comes through on the film regardless to how bad everything else is.
Yeah, there's that I forget, there was a lizard guy in that movie who at the end in the big fight, just out of nowhere, and I mean this, it's literally out of nowhere, he lets loose this goofy ass battle cry. And I can't even impersonate it because my voice won't go that high anymore. But it is goofy as hell. I will try to find it for you, Aracor.
If you get a link for a clip of it, I'll put it on the stream so everybody can watch.
I can't find a clip, but I can find it with this timestamp because I think I remember that it's about an hour and 45 minutes in to that movie. It's, oh my God, or something like that. Let's see, Battle Stars. Let's see. Oh my God, there are some clips here. Maybe I can find a clip.
Right, well, I'm going to give myself a thumbs up just to counter out that thumbs down. Oh, somebody else did it as well. Yeah, so now we got 2 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down. I want to know the person who gave me a thumbs down. I want to know what
oh, come on. You know one of them was Diz.
Oh, yeah, it would have been. But I mean, I've got a few videos. I mean, like my sex robot video. I just went back to that, and it's got like 1,500 views now.
Hey, what's that?
A sex robot video I did.
Yeah.
I went back to that because I forgot about it because it was a joke piece. And I went back to look at it, and it's like my most viewed video by far, with like 1,500 views on it at the moment.
Well, it's a sex robot. I actually found the clip. It very much starts with that. I DM'd it to you in Discord. It very much starts with that battle cry.
All right, let's see if I can make
Yep, Table Kun knows what I'm talking about too.
Copy.
The goofiest fucking battle cry, man.
You're going to have to put up with some resizing because I'm adding a new element and I haven't done anything with it yet.
Alright, it's just whatever, man. It's just goofy as fuck. Oh my god. I'm watching the rest of the clip and it's like... There you go.
And I've got to pause this a second because there was a still there that...
Well, it's like I said, the battle cry starts very much from the absolute beginning of it. It's just, oh my god, it's bad.
You can't scroll too well through this, unfortunately.
But look at the effects. You're not really seeing a whole lot in the way of weapons making impacts. You just see a lot of weapons fire.
Gotta get him. He'll come back with more ships. We'll never be done.
And then something blows up. I mean,
no
it's
match for his force field, Shaq.
it's horrible. This really is a very bad movie.
I've just got to pause it on a certain spot because I didn't take notice of the timestamp as it happened. That face.
Her face?
The face of the alien on the screen. It honestly looks like somebody went in dry.
Yeah, it really does. What kills me about the battle cry is how long he holds that last syllable. It's like it's almost like they're saying it's not over till the fat lady sings.
Or in this case, stops.
Yeah, it looks like the world's most disturbing glory hole, doesn't it? Yeah, actually, Table Kun, you're right. Those are very much the same weapon effects of Star Trek Discovery because you can't tell what's happening.
I don't like the noises.
The cinematography is so bad.
The phasers make horrible noises. They don't warp into anywhere. They just kind of appear.
They just kind of
No, they're not there 1 second. There they are.
Yeah.
In the old Star Trek, there was never a single starship that could stop dead from warp.
Oh no, absolutely not. There's even that would overtake the inertial dampers.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, for some reason it's perfectly fine to do that in Star Trek Discovery.
Because energy does not instantly dissipate.
No, they always usually have to come out of warp and then coast in. I mean, they'd usually come out of warp quite a ways before they got to a planet that they wanted to be at, and I'd assumed it was to get rid of the inertia.
Well, yeah. God, just a blue-eyed reptilian glory hole. It's just, God. I mean, just on that still, you want to draw something coming out of that face, don't you?
Oh God, I really should have Photoshop in here now, shouldn't I? Because I'm gonna have to draw all over the screen and shit, aren't
I? And you know what? Battle Beyond the Stars, still a better story than Star Trek Discovery.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I love that table, Coon. To CBS, the Delta V is a social construct. It must be smashed with the patriarchy. Yeah, inertia is part of patriarchy.
I think I may have just figured out. Hey, I've got a whiteboard.
What the hell are you talking about? Whatever, it must be that 20-second delay and I'm not seeing it.
Yeah. I can't draw with a mouse to save my life, though.
God, what a well, right click to view instructions.
Yeah, when that goes away.
That should, that's going to appear above the glory hole. Right click to view instructions. Oh, God, what are you doing? Giving him a mustache?
Yeah. I'll actually have to get my drawing tablet out and then I can draw and shit properly. And now I got to try and figure out how to turn it off.
You know, the glasses and the mustache looks like you're trying to do an overlay of a pissed off Pepe.
Yeah, let's make that thing go away. It's annoying. It's scary.
When you put the arms on the glasses, the first thought in my head was, and no one realized that Clark Kent was Superman.
Oh God, back to that conversation.
Oh God,
that's what I need to make go away.
You know, that's actually another good idea for
remake movie posters
for a live stream.
They don't make sense.
We could do it like a little one that's kind of like a show where you get a few people on and you see who comes up with the best caption for an image.
Yeah.
Now see that movie, Tablekin, The Last Starfighter, that is a fantastic movie.
That is amazing, that movie.
I hope they never remake it because they will fuck it up. Grig. The name of the reptilian in The Last Starfighter was Grig. That character was fucking great. Every character was great in that. Although my favorite line in that movie is, "That is a Zandozan, interstellar hit beast." It just sounds like a way to insult an SJW by calling them an interstellar hit beast.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie in forever.
You know, like Trigglypuff.
Because I tend to get that movie confused with Flight of the Navigator, which is also a brilliant movie for what it was.
Compliance. I think that was Flight of the Navigator, wasn't it?
Flight of the Navigator was Flight of the Navigator was the one with the big silver ship with the robot in it that had the voice of Pee Wee Herman.
Well, no, the only thing I remember is the computer saying compliance, and then executing the maneuver or whatever.
Yeah, it was probably really early in.
But yeah, I only saw that movie once.
Yeah.
But back to The Last Starfighter, man, that movie was so freaking brilliant on many levels. Even, yeah, you know, it's like the first movie where they really did a major investment in the use of CGI. Big Red is an interstellar hit beast. In fact, she even slightly resembles the Zandozan. Ericor, I'm going to go find a picture of a Zandozan.
Well, email me the link on Discord and I'll...
Okay, there we go. I found a YouTube. Let's get images. All right. All right, giving it to you in the Discord. Now, just what I want to see is I want to see a red wig on this thing.
Oh, what did I do there? Shit. Oh, that's active. Stop it.
God, that movie was so fucking good. Even though the CGI was shit. I mean, very much a product of its time, but fuck, that was a good movie. I mean, just with the, what do they call it? Not a replicant. Oh, maybe it was a replicant. A level 50 alien science officer and absolutely no clue how to play him. What, I'm assuming that's in Star Trek Online, Table Coon? I'm still assuming. I'm actually waiting for you to confirm. Okay.
There's going to be an easy way to do that. I just need to find it.
Well, yeah, there's always a better way, but
yeah. Actually, that looks a bit like oh, what the fuck was his name? From the Goonies.
Riley Dennis?
Nah, too good looking to be Riley. What was the name of the retard in Goonies?
Oh, Goonies.
Yeah.
I don't know. Gimp? I really don't know. I never.
Chunk. No,
I never really
Chunk,
did
because Chunk was the fat kid. Oh, wait, chat. What was the name of the? Hey, you guys! You know that guy from the Goonies. Because I can't remember.
Was it Clump? Was it Slab? Slam. Steak Face. It was Punch Rock Groin. It was Slam Squat Thrust. What the hell? I don't know what his name was. Blast Hard Cheese.
I honestly don't know, but
well, let's see. If you now Table Coon, if you have no clue how to play your level 50 alien science officer and you're talking about Star Trek Online, if you want to set up a time, I'd be happy to get into game with you and work some stuff out. It would require you to come get into a Discord and get into voice, probably, because typing's a bitch. So, when you're trying to go through and play the game, it's just more entertaining when you can just spit your ideas out instead of writing your novel. Sloth?
Sloth, that sounds right, actually. Sloth.
Okay.
From the Goonies.
May have been.
It might just be that angle that's making him look like him, because I seem to remember him looking a bit more like the Teller from Doctor Who.
Like the what?
Do you remember the episode where Peter Capaldi's doctor is robbing the bank? And they've got the psychic teller that can tell if you're guilty or not. Yeah. They're very similar facially.
And come to think of it, Table Coon, I'm not really well versed on how to play a science officer. All my characters are tactical officers.
I've got a science officer, and I've got a clue, but it's just I'm not doing it properly. I know that for sure. So me teaching you anything would be teaching you how to do it the wrong way.
Well, I do know that
because I've got mostly tacticals as well.
Oh, let me see. What do I know about playing a science officer? I know you to be as effective as possible in that career path. You do want to focus more on your exotic particle damage or exotic particle skills, and you want to run equipment that enhances exotic particle damage and things like that. Yeah, that's true. Finding a guide is stupid impossible.
Check out Reddit. There's a few good guides on the Star Trek Online Reddit.
Oh, that's true.
Star Trek Online subreddit. I've got a few off there.
What bothers me about the way I'm playing Star Trek Online is the thing about the phaser quad cannon, because I always play Federation, so I buy the ship that that gives you the phaser quad cannon.
Yeah.
And that quad cannon does so much better damage than a dual heavy cannon that I can't run at the state I'm at right now with all the best tactical consoles. I cannot run an anti-proton build that does as much damage as my phaser build.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably actually does more now that I'm thinking about it because of all the procs with the critical hit and critical damage that you get with the anti-protons. But for base damage, right now I cannot beat with anti-proton what I'm getting with phaser. I'd probably have to go through and I have focused more on doing the phaser build, mainly because I like having a quad cannon. Oh, now you're just going to start typing like a maniac again?
Oh, I've got a message coming in that I have to reply to.
Actually, I don't use the Terran torpedo. I have I'm flying the Mercury class tactical pilot escort. That's 5 weapons up front and 2 in the rear. I'm using a Borg omnidirectional and the omnidirectional phaser beams in the back. Up front, I've got my phaser quad cannon, 3 phaser dual heavies, and 1 Kelvin timeline photon torpedo because it's got a quicker cooldown than all the other torpedoes. And I wind up putting out a decent amount of damage. Plus, my ship is good and zippy.
Yeah, it doesn't take you long to rip through stuff at all.
And, you know, because of the way I've got other consoles and whatnot set up, I'm not turning on a dime, I'm spinning on a dime. And it is fantastic. God damn it, now I want to play Star Trek Online. Son of a bitch.
Well, this was only a test stream. We can always knock it on the head and then go and...
Say that again?
We could always knock it on the head whenever we like and go and blow shit up instead.
Yeah, if you like. I mean, hell, we've already been streaming for an hour.
Oh, have we? Oh. It seems like about 10 minutes. Anyway,
I know. What? I should send before we leave here. Let's see. Okay, Table Kuna, here's a where's the paste button? This is a invite to the Discord server where where Ericor and I gang up to play Star Trek Online. Where we do all our voice chatting through Discord while we play. No, don't give up on your science officer just yet.
Science officers have some goodies that are very, very useful.
Oh, hell yes. Ah, where's this? Gotta have my drink here, my coffee. Love it.
And do you know what? Star Trek Online is now actually working for me now that I've had the memory upgrade, so I'm guessing...
Oh, it is? Right on.
They did something to the game in the last patch that made the memory spike, and it just crashed anything up that didn't have enough memory.
Oh, maybe. Oh, you're already in that Discord server, Table Kun? I could check, actually, I guess. Whoa, okay. Oh, maybe I can't check.
Oh.
Well, if you're not in that server already, join it, and I think I can boop. I can't get the right word out. I'm stuck on boop.
Right,
I can bump you up to the proper.
He's going to come and boop you, and then you'll be re.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Ah, gee, I swear I've gone retarded.
All I can say is don't clench up; it'll hurt more.
Oh, okay. Right, that. I should let you know that link will expire in half an hour after I posted it. But yeah, if you want to jump in there, join us. You know, we're happy to have you. We'll fuck around, blow some shit up, and call each other names and mock some of the lower quality elements of the game.
The running joke is the size of Seela's head. Her head's too big for her body. If you played through, you'll know exactly what I mean.
Shit, if you got missions to finish, we'll even help you with those, because that's more fun once you've reached that end game state and you can go into a mission and just.
I mean, I went to Comic-Con. I was hoping to just sort of bump into Denise Crosby as you do, so then you can kind of say, "Oh, hi, how are you?" and have a conversation for free, because she was milling around the place. And I would have said,
"Oh yeah,
do you know? I didn't recognize you with your head so small." And she'd look at me like I was a weirdo and go, "What?" I said, "I've been used to watching you on Star Trek Online, and they've made your head way oversized."
It'd be fun just to walk up to her with a photograph of a photograph of her, from like the chest up, and just hold that next to her head to see if you can gauge the different proportions of her head and shoulders.
Sorry, just taking some measurements. I've got to go back and hack the game in a bit.
Yeah. Oh, that would just be all kinds of strange, wouldn't it? People be giving you a look, you know?
And then I'm sitting there saying to my mate, "Do you know something? I've played too much Star Trek Online in the last month, because I've officially spent more time with Denise Crosby than I have with my own kids." Because she's very heavily involved in all the storylines, isn't she?
Yeah, she is now. Well, I think that's what they do. Is they they just did it with LeVar Burton. They've they managed to get LeVar Burton to do some voiceover work, and then they oh hey, well, we got you. How about throwing in these lines here, and then they just put that stuff in the earlier mission content.
Was the whole Seela arc? Well, the Iconians would have been the last big release, wouldn't it? The last season.
I think that was the last actual expansion.
Because
maybe that was Delta Rising.
Because I'm wondering if when we get the next expansion or whatever, there'll be somebody else who'll take over through the entire story arc of some things.
Oh, maybe. But that next expansion is going to deal with the Gamma Quadrant, apparently.
Well, from what I hear, that's been a rumor for years, and it's never actually happened yet.
Well, no, they actually put something out with the phrase "Victory is Life." Just like one image about the next expansion with the phrase "Victory is Life," something like that. Mm-hmm. And that's Jim Hadar anyway. So it might involve like a massive revamp on DS9 and actually being able to go to the Gamma Quadrant.
Yeah, because that's a whole area that is just so open to expanding into. I mean, we go to the Gamma Quadrant and visit, 3 planets in one mission?
Yeah, and one's not even a planet.
It's an asteroid. It's hollow.
Yeah.
With a Ferengi inside, because, reasons.
Exactly. Let's see. There, press that, see what that does. Anyway, what do you say? You want to get into Star Trek Online?
Yeah, we can do.
Alrighty.
So we are going to end the stream here, or I'm going to end it because I've got the button. And God knows when the next one will be. These will just be random and they'll show up. So hopefully we'll see you next time. If not, probably the time after.
Stay frosty, my friends.